What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the MMA Buzz. Sean O'Malley recently addressed the swirling rumors surrounding Ilia Topuria, offering his honest thoughts on the situation. With the announcement of Paddy Pimblett vs. Justin Gaethje for UFC 324, fans also learned that Ilia would be stepping away from competition for a while due to personal matters. That news quickly triggered speculation online, especially after Ilia and his wife appeared to remove each other from their social media platforms, hinting at possible relationship issues. In a new video posted on his YouTube channel, O'Malley reacted to the divorce rumors and expressed genuine sympathy for Ilia. He emphasized that nothing has been officially confirmed, but acknowledged how difficult the situation must be, especially with everything playing out publicly. According to O'Malley, going through a breakup or divorce is already emotionally draining, and facing that while preparing for a major fight is nearly impossible. He mentioned that reports suggested Ilia's wife may be seeking 50% in the split, adding even more pressure to an already painful moment. O'Malley also touched on claims that Ilia had been messaging other women, noting that the public scrutiny makes the situation harder for everyone involved. He pointed out that Ilia has 2 children, which adds another layer of complexity and emotional weight to the ordeal. O'Malley made it clear that he genuinely feels bad for Ilia and understands why stepping away from training camp was the right decision. He added that he was personally looking forward to a potential Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett matchup, calling it a fight he truly wanted to see. Still, he acknowledged that personal stability must come first, especially when a family is involved. Overall, O'Malley's response was empathetic and respectful, recognizing the human side behind the headlines and rumors that have dominated MMA discussions in recent weeks. Before moving on to the next news, we have a quick request for you. We're always working to improve our content and truly value your support. If you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon, it would mean a lot to us. That way, you'll never miss an update. Move on to another news. Belal Muhammad has publicly called out Ian Garry, accusing him of intentional cheating during their fight at UFC Qatar. Garry won the bout by unanimous decision, but the victory has since been overshadowed by controversy. Throughout the fight, Belal was poked in the eye 3 separate times, incidents he now claims were deliberate and strategically planned. According to Belal, Garry exploited a loophole in the rulebook by using eye pokes early in the fight, knowing that referees rarely deduct points for them unless the behavior becomes excessive. Belal argued that this gave Garry an unfair advantage from the opening moments, allowing him to control the pace, maintain distance, and dictate the exchanges without consequence. He described it as calculated cheating, noting that some fighters have learned to take intentional risks because the penalties are too lenient. Belal has long advocated for stricter rule enforcement, especially regarding eye pokes. He believes automatic point deductions are the only way to prevent fighters from leaning on this tactic. Without meaningful repercussions, he says these situations will continue to occur. Despite his frustration, Belal did give Garry credit for his distance management and movement, acknowledging that Garry executed his game plan effectively. Belal admitted that he needed to start faster, adapt quicker in a 3-round fight, and improve his ability to cut off the cage. He emphasized that setbacks like this can be valuable learning experiences and committed to returning stronger with his team. Belal reiterated that although the fight didn't go his way, he still considers himself one of the best in the division. Looking ahead, he hopes the UFC's upcoming broadcast era brings clearer rules and stricter enforcement, particularly automatic point deductions for eye pokes, to ensure fighter safety and fairness. The debate now centers on intent. Did Ian Garry deliberately use eye pokes to gain an advantage, or were they accidental occurrences in a fast-paced fight? Fans continue to weigh in on both sides of the argument. Move on to another news. Rumors are heating up about a potential return for Ronda Rousey, but not in MMA. This time, the former UFC champion is reportedly exploring a move into professional boxing. According to a new article by respected boxing journalist Lance Pugmire, Rousey and current boxing superstar Katie Taylor have been in active discussions for a possible matchup, with the bout reportedly being targeted for a Netflix broadcast. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources indicate that the negotiations are serious and that the fight could take place in Las Vegas next summer. The idea of Rousey stepping into a boxing ring has taken the combat sports world by surprise, especially considering her long absence from competition and the fact that she has never competed professionally in boxing. Following the reports, Cris Cyborg, one of Rousey's most famous rivals, took the opportunity to criticize the move. Cyborg mocked the idea of Rousey boxing, writing that she once saw Rousey shadowbox, and her shadow won. She added that there is zero chance Rousey belongs in a boxing ring, suggesting that if Rousey were to return to fighting at all, it should be in MMA for a matchup against Gina Carano instead. The potential Rousey versus Taylor matchup is drawing mixed reactions from fans. Katie Taylor is widely regarded as one of the best female boxers of all time, which raises questions about how Rousey, whose striking was heavily criticized during her MMA career, would fare against such elite competition. Still, Rousey remains a massive name in combat sports, and her return in any form would undoubtedly generate major interest and attention. As discussions continue, the combat sports community is left wondering whether this bold crossover fight will actually materialize. Would a Rousey versus Taylor boxing match draw your attention? Share your thoughts and whether you think this matchup makes sense for either fighter. Move on to another news. Tom Aspinall has released new, detailed footage with an eye specialist on the Ariel Helwani show, providing a clearer look into the extent of his injury. In the video, Tom explained that when he looks to the side with his right eye, the one most affected, his vision immediately becomes doubled and eventually fades into a gray blur. Even his left eye, which sustained less damage, is still experiencing ongoing blurriness. The specialist went on to break down the results of Tom's eye movement tests. These tests revealed a reduced ability for his eyes to move upward, indicating a significant issue with the muscles responsible for coordinated eye movement. According to the doctor, Tom has developed a condition known as Brown syndrome. This happens when the tendon of the superior oblique muscle becomes restricted, which limits the eye's ability to move properly. The specialist noted that in almost all cases, this condition is triggered by trauma, linking it directly to the eye poke Tom suffered from Cyril Gane during their fight. The doctor emphasized that when one eye attempts to move upward, but the other cannot follow, double vision occurs, leading to severe visual disorientation. This double vision alone reduces functional eyesight, making training or fighting extremely dangerous. Because of this, he strongly advised that Tom avoid any combat training until the double vision has fully resolved and the eye muscles regain normal function. Tom expressed his frustration and concern, explaining that the persistent double vision and gray tint have been the most troubling symptoms. He acknowledged that although he's eager to return, his health and long-term vision must come first. The update paints a serious picture of Aspinall's condition and raises important questions about his recovery timeline. Fans across the MMA community are now watching closely, hoping for positive news as Tom continues to work with specialists to regain his full eyesight before even considering a return to competition. Move on to another news. A major UFC event has just been revealed for early 2026, and it's already generating excitement across the MMA world. According to Agi Fight, the UFC is officially heading to Mexico on February 28th, marking a significant return to a country with a rapidly growing fan base and a rising pool of talent. Alongside the announcement, several matchups for the card have also been confirmed. Ag Fight reported that Edgar Chairez will face Felipe Bunes on the UFC Mexico event. Chairez enters the fight with strong momentum after securing an impressive victory over CJ Vergara, a performance that earned him a Performance of the Night bonus. Felipe Bunes, on the other hand, is looking to bounce back after a recent loss to Rafael Estevam, making this matchup a pivotal moment for his career. In addition to that fight, MMA Latino America, later confirmed by Big Marcel, revealed another exciting matchup: Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Kevin Borgas. Rodriguez holds a perfect 6-0 record and is coming off a standout win on Dana White's Contender Series. This fight will serve as his official UFC debut, and it will take place in front of a hometown Mexican crowd, adding extra pressure and emotion to an already massive moment in his career. Kevin Borgas enters the bout following a solid win over Samida Uergi, but currently holds a 1-3 record in the UFC. This matchup gives him a crucial opportunity to climb back into relevance while testing the undefeated rising prospect in Rodriguez. With these early matchups now public, Anticipation is building for what could be one of the most passionate and energetic UFC cards of 2026. As more fights are revealed, fans are already expecting a lineup packed with Mexican stars, high stakes, and the electric atmosphere that only Mexico City events can deliver. Move on to another news. Lerone Murphy has expressed deep frustration after being passed over for a UFC title shot, despite remaining undefeated and consistently proving himself as one of the division's top contenders. The UFC's decision to book Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes II caught many fans, and Murphy himself, completely off guard. Both Murphy and fellow undefeated contender Movsar Evloev had been waiting for their opportunity, making the announcement even more confusing. Murphy appeared to be on track to challenge Volkanovski after his knockout victory over Aaron Pico at UFC 319. Even Volkanovski had hinted that their matchup was next, suggesting that the UFC was considering Murphy as the rightful challenger. Instead, the rematch was prioritized, leaving Murphy feeling blindsided and disheartened. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Murphy admitted that the news caused him to fall out of love with fighting. He explained that he chose MMA over boxing because he believed the sport was free from politics, where the best fighters would earn their shot simply by winning. He expressed disappointment that merit didn't seem to be the deciding factor this time. Murphy said the situation initially crushed his motivation, but after some reflection, he reminded himself that the fight game is still a business. He emphasized that he plans to stay focused, continue winning, and eventually secure the title shot he believes is inevitable. Nevertheless, he remains upset that he may miss the chance to face Volkanovski before the former champion retires. He revealed that since signing with the UFC in 2019, around the same time Volkanovski became champion, his primary goal has been to reach Volkanovski's level and eventually defeat him. For 6 years, that vision has been his driving motivation in training. Money isn't what he cares about most. It's the legacy of beating Volkanovski. Missing out on that opportunity is, in his words, the most disappointing part of the situation. Move on to another news. The MMA community reacted with shock and disbelief following the news of a potential boxing match between Ronda Rousey and Katie Taylor. Many fans and analysts immediately questioned the matchup, arguing that it appears wildly lopsided and unfavorable for Rousey, who has no professional boxing experience. Critics highlighted that Taylor is one of the most accomplished female boxers in history, making the rumored bout difficult for many to take seriously. Chris Cyborg quickly chimed in, posting a sharp tweet mocking the idea. She wrote, "I once saw Ronda shadow boxing, and her shadow won. Zero chance she fights boxing. Maybe a return to the cage for a Gina Carano fight. But Ronda doesn't belong anywhere near a boxing ring." Her comments amplified the skepticism already circulating online. Fans added their own reactions, ranging from sarcasm to outright concern. Some questioned whether Rousey was looking to have more CTA, while others joked that the announcement felt more like an April Fool's prank than a legitimate fight rumor. Many pointed out that Rousey's striking had historically been one of her weaknesses in MMA, referencing her knockout loss to Holly Holm as a reminder of the risks she would face in a boxing ring. Another fan bluntly stated, "Ronda Rousey was getting torched by Holly Holm. Katie Taylor might kill her." Some commenters expressed disbelief at the idea of matching a judo-based MMA fighter against an elite world champion boxer, saying it bordered on irresponsible. One critic summarized the sentiment by writing, "Ronda against arguably the best female boxer ever? What are we even talking about here?" Others took the comedic route, sharing memes and GIFs to mock the idea of Rousey facing Taylor. One fan even posted a GIF of Rousey training with the caption, "Look at those hands. No wonder she once said she could beat Mayweather in a boxing fight," further fueling the online ridicule. Overall, the MMA community's reaction has been overwhelmingly negative, with most believing the matchup would be dangerously one-sided. The skepticism continues to grow as fans wait to see whether these rumors will materialize into an actual fight.